All right, here I am. I'm back with the 30-day video diary. This is day 3, 12/05/25, the 5th of December. And what we're talking about today is something that I think is very important for me as a researcher, as someone who is interested in a lot of different subjects, and how I can use YouTube to support and to build up my ability to research in a better way. So my question is, can YouTube be used as a research tool? And I'm not expecting it to be a great research tool by any means, because there are a whole lot of other things that are more valuable, but this is just kind of teaching you how you can use it to maybe store some of the places that you have found as good research sources. So, can YouTube be used as a research tool? I have only recently entertained this idea, although I have used it in that way for a few years now without even really considering it as research. It was always more entertainment than anything else. So this is where I'm moving into something new. Now, typically what I would do is just scroll through my homepage. So here we are on my YouTube homepage, and you see here the gray section is home. That's where I'm at. Up at the very top, you're going to see the search bar on the homepage. That's important because you're going to use that a lot. And what I would usually do in the past, I would go through this whole thing. Go over here back where I should really be. I would scroll through this whole thing, and I would just find things that I thought, oh, that looks interesting, and I would click on it and add it to my watch list. And that's been sufficient mostly just for finding stuff that's entertaining, but it's not really a good way of doing research. Let me find my way back here. So if I found a video that I thought was interesting, but I didn't have time to watch it, I would just add it to my watch list over here. And then I would watch it later. And if I decided I liked it, then what I would do is either just keep it in my watch list. If I didn't like it, I would just delete it. That way I could go back to the watch list later and watch it again if I found it was important enough to me. Or the other thing I would do would be to go up into the browser. I would go up here to the star on my browser, edit bookmark for this tab, and I would create a new tab or whatever and put it in there. And that gets a little bit tedious, to always have to go back to the bookmarks. So I didn't like that, because my video library of the things that were important was getting a little bit bigger all the time. There were other things that were valuable that I wanted to save, but if I kept them in my watch later down here, then they weren't differentiated, and I had to figure out, oh, what the heck was this about, and where was that thing out of 20 or maybe 50 videos that I might have put in my watch later. how do I find the things that are more important to me? And so I started learning how to do things a little differently, and that was to save them to my playlists. And that's pretty much what we're talking about today, is how to deal with the playlists. So let's just say I go over here to my my search bar at the top, and let's say I'm looking for lasagna recipes. I'm going to type in, move the paper out of the way. I'm going to backspace this whole thing and put in best lasagna recipes. All right. I'm going to just hit enter to search that. See what comes up. All right, here's some great lasagna recipes. I don't know which ones are the better ones. I typically ignore anything that's a short. I want to see more full stuff. So let's say I'm scrolling down and I find this basics with Babish. Ultra melty bechamel lasagna basics with Babish. And I think, oh, that kind of looks fun. That looks good. Let's see what we can do with that. So what am I going to do with it? I'm going to go down. I could go down to watch later and put it in there. But I'm not really sure that I want to do that. So I'm going to back up. Back to where I was, basics with Babish. Anyway, let me tell you first, I should have actually been clicking here. You got the three dots on the thing you want to save. Click the three dots. I can save it to watch later. We already talked about that. Or I can just create a new playlist or add it to a playlist I already have. So if I go save to playlist, here you're going to see it's in watch later. If it's already in watch later, this little tab is going to be black. If I click it again, it's going to be removed from the watch later. But before I do that, I want to add this to something in my list. So let's see, where would I put this? I'm not sure. I don't really see anything in here that works. Oh, I guess I already added it. The perfect. No. Somehow got lost here. Let's go back. Find that. Basics with Babish. Save to playlist. It's going to come up. Oh, somehow it got saved to video etiquette, and I don't want it there. I just want it in a new playlist. I can add it to any of my playlists. You see now I've got it added to a bunch of crap that I really don't want it in. Somehow, through the course of this, I managed to screw that up. But let's click new playlist. I'm going to say best Italian recipes. All right. I like the title. Visibility, it doesn't matter how you choose it. I'm going to make it public. Doesn't really matter. This, I really don't even bother with it. I leave it as it is. However it comes up, private, public, whatever. And I'm ignoring collaborate because I'm not dealing with anybody else. I'm going to just hit create. All right, so having done that, it's created it in a new spot. I'm clicking again on those three dots, and I'm going to click save to playlist, and you're going to see the places where it's been saved. Where I want it is in best Italian recipes. I don't want it in these other two. Certainly don't want it in video etiquette. So I'm going to click on that. Down here it says removed from video etiquette. I'm going to click on it again and click save to playlist. And you see it's also in promote on social media, and I don't want it in that. So I'm going to click on that, and down here again on the left, remove from promote on social media. Okay. So now let's just check one last time. Where did it actually go? It should have gone into the best lasagna or the best Italian stuff. Click save to playlist. It's not in watch later. It's in best Italian recipes. That's where we want it. Hey, now that makes it so much easier. When I want to find something, I have an idea of where I want to go. I just look through my playlists, and I can find it right there. Now, if I click way off to the side, you see where I am? I'm outside of everything. That's going to just pause that and send it. So everything is good there. So I think we've tackled a lot of stuff. We've tackled a lot of stuff already here. I hope that gives you a pretty good idea of how I use YouTube's watch list and playlists in order to create more specific research methods, ways to find the things that are most important to me. So we go here. I'm back talking to you directly again, rather than you seeing me on the circle. This has been a real good exercise for me and a real good way for me to work out and structure myself, because I tend to be a very structured person when it comes to my libraries. You see my libraries behind me. You're only seeing a quarter of my entire library right there. And most of this is scholarly work. I do a lot of research work, legal work, theological work, philosophical work of various sorts. And so I have to have things pretty well structured. And this is a way for me to start structuring my online library, my library of videos that are important to me or that guide me to things that are important. So hopefully this is going to help you too. I hope this helps you to build up your video library. And I'm sure this is something you can do not just on YouTube, but you can do it on various other things like Discord or on Rumble or Twitch, TikTok, whatever it is that you use that's appropriate to you. And I haven't used all of those things. Discord I use a little bit, and Rumble quite a bit. But you're going to probably find a way to do something similar to this on any of those. So if this has been any help at all to you, I hope that you find it in your heart to give me the thumbs up. Hey, the thumbs up. Everybody wants that. And like my video if you can, and maybe even subscribe. I know I'm pretty new on this, but I'm a newbie. Maybe you're a newbie. Maybe you guys have been doing this for a lot longer. I'm sure you have. But help a guy out. Let's move forward. Tomorrow, I hope to bring some more interesting stuff. I'm going to try to show you a little bit about what I've actually put in my playlists, so that you get a better idea of how I've designed it so that it works for me. Because that's the most important thing for any of us, is to make sure what we're doing is working for us most efficiently. So thumbs up, like, subscribe if you can, if you will. Be happy to have you with us, with me, learning as we go. And have a great day.